Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday. It's currently like 8:40. We leave for our little tour thing at 8:50 and we were going to try and have breakfast, and if we're going to do that we need to really run. Wanted to quickly say as we're on our way out the door that we are with a tour group. I don't know if that was ever made clear, but we have like our entire trip is like with a tour group, and they're taking us to places, and there's a cruise involved, and then there's other stuff. It's hard to explain, but we'll get there and explain it as it happens. We have to be downstairs in 2 minutes. Good luck.
So, we start at the Acropolis. We'll come back to this bus later. We will continue with a drive in the city center, and that will give me the chance to introduce to you some highlights of the capital of Greece. Therefore, we are going to see the Parliament House. We are going to see a stadium where the first Olympics were held there in 1896, a lot of neoclassical buildings, and I'm also going to give you ideas of what possibly you could do this afternoon if you wish.
I wanted to point out that these paths everywhere is super slippery. I guess just so many people have walked, they become super slick, and sandals are kind of a poor choice.
I mean, we knew that.
We kind of knew that.
Shall I describe a little bit the life of the Greeks under the Ottomans? They could not speak the Greek language. If they were caught speaking Greek publicly, beheading. Being Christians, they did not have a right to education because that was a right belonging to only the Muslim populations. So they did not go to school for ages, for centuries. So the local Greek was illiterate, had no idea who Plato and Aristotle was, and was struggling for his life every day.
We're at the site of the first Olympic Games, which is exciting.
Modern first.
The modern first. Do you remember the year 1890?
No, I don't.
I think that's pretty close. I don't remember exactly. It's cool. It's entirely marble. Because of course it is. Everything, seems like everything in Greece is made entirely of marble. There's a little fact sheet that I would get closer to, but there are like people dressed up and taking photos for some reason. That was a pretty short stop. You have to pay to actually like go into the thing. Okay, we're also just stopping here for like 5 minutes.
Now, right across from the temple of Olympian Zeus, this statue is beautiful outdoor art with Greece as a woman embracing the standing man. He is Lord Byron, a friend of the Greek Revolution. He moved from England to Greece for 2 years, and he paid the expenses for supporting a little army under his command against the Ottomans. On the way to the Parliament House, we are going to see as well an excavation under the shelter ahead on the right. It's a Greco-Roman times bathhouse. So you see the level of inhabitation in the Roman era, 2nd century BC, is a bit further down than today's asphalt way. So the deepest we dig in the city, the more we come across walls of the ancient settlement. In fact, I would like to tell you that the metro system, the subway of Athens, it goes 5 floors down. That was the only safe way to avoid cutting through the walls of the ancient city. So the most ancient part of Athens, time of Socrates, time of Plato, Aristotle, is 18 feet underground. Okay, let's go together now in front of the Parliament House for checking out the changing of the guards. The one talking is the one leading them. For as long as they stand at their post, they are not supposed to move and do unnecessary gestures. So the only time that they can move is when 13 minutes later, like 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, they do the stretching, as I call it, because they walk from the one side to the other, these white houses. And then on the hour, which is a 24/7, they do what you will see now. And then they are trained as couples here, like two together always, so that they can synchronize with their partners. And they will come back in the 24-hour schedule 4 times. So twice it is in the daytime, twice it is in the nighttime. Greek university is more spread than a unified campus. So this building is more administration and graduation ceremonies. And the different schools are in different parts of Athens. The Greek university here in Athens, it's named after the first governor of the Greeks in 1830.
We're at the Acropolis Museum,
Yes.
and they're doing excavating
Under the museum.
underneath while you walk in, and it's a little weird walking on glass like that. This should be fun. This is pretty cool, Mel. I like it. I don't know how much we're going to be able to show in the museum itself.
So we can only film on the top floor?
There's like one floor that we can film or something, but the other place we're not supposed to film. Like, it looks like it's going to be a really cool place. I've always thought little models and miniatures were really cool. I'm always impressed with them. So the tour has concluded, and we're in a spot where we can actually film. This is the top floor of the Acropolis Museum, and this is supposed to be like a recreation of the Parthenon.
It's the parts that they have or casts of pieces they have.
Yeah, let's get closer so we can show what the tour guide was talking about exactly. Like, these pieces are white, so they've been recreated, but the originals are the darker brown pieces.
Like you can see the piece.
Yeah, and like, yeah, sometimes they've had to like recreate certain parts of it. And they also said that
Art history in me is just...
I know, you're exploding with joy. They said that the British Museum has a few of the originals and that they would like them back.
And that they had the pieces ready to stick out, like the recreation pieces ready to stick up on the hill when they get them back.
Yeah, yeah, for all of the ones like that need to be recreated, they're putting them actually on the Parthenon, which is pretty neat.
And the originals are here.
Yeah, and this is the centerpiece there is
The single guy with the single horse.
yeah, he's the guy that actually sculpted the thing. This is really neat. It's really big, and like it's just this entire upper floor is to scale to kind of give you an idea of
And then
how
there's,
big.
like, the exact number of columns all the way around.
Yeah, the column numbers and stuff for the. Matt wants to see this other stuff. Some of these don't exist very much. That was a really poor way of wording that, but I think people understand what I mean. It's interesting that they even know where these pieces go.
See this one, the abs they have, but they don't have the shoulders and the sides.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Like, how did they find like that piece and be like, that goes there. Like, how on earth? And like, they even have the distance and stuff figured out. It is above me, man. This is.
I mean, like the Nike statue in the Louvre. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Her wings. They only have one wing, so they made a copy of it.
Yeah.
And it's just a copy on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty amazing stuff in here. This is really big. I wish we could have filmed more downstairs, but
Yeah. Well, the thing I was most excited for was the cardians.
yeah.
The female columns.
Uh-huh.
Because that was something I really remembered from art history, and it was just something that always stuck out, and I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah. This whole thing has been cool. I like Greece. Also, they have special stuff on the windows to make sure that the UV light doesn't come in. One of the things they were saying, and what I never knew, is that like the Parthenon and a lot of the statues had color on them. They weren't just white. They weren't
They
just.
were gaudy.
They were like really ugly and gaudy, and there's still some remnants of that on some of the statues that they have here. Obviously, the part we couldn't film, but they have like UV protection on the windows because the light will erode the color. And they said they have ways now of like checking inside.
Yeah, they just sort of do a scan and see what kind of metals are in it, and the metals would tell you. Like if they found parts of lapis, they would know that, oh, that must have been blue.
Yeah, that must have been blue. They said the only thing that they don't know is they don't know like the tone. They know it like, oh, it's blue. They just don't know if it's like light blue or dark blue or whatever. So.
Ooh, this is the front of it.
What is it?
This is the front pediment.
Okay.
This is the pieces that were up there, like already, that are still up there. This guy and this horse.
Looks like a horse quartet. And this is a recreation of what that was actually supposed to resemble.
Can you imagine this out of stone? Like
Yeah,
the
that's a
fabric?
ridiculous amount of stone. Also, like, so much of it is missing. Not here, obviously, this is the recreation, but like in the original thing, there's a ridiculous amount gone. I mean, I understand why. It's been a long time, but still, it's sad. So this is the Temple of Zeus, correct?
Correct.
He lived on Mount Olympus,
Yes.
right? But this was kind of like his...
The temple the city made to honor him.
This was his vacation home. But a lot of it has fallen over, which is unfortunate. It doesn't seem like it'd be a very good home now. We have an ETA on the...
Arrow?
Yeah.
5 CE?
Five. This was built in 5. I actually kind of like that one of them has toppled over because it actually lets you see the individual parts, and that's cool. So our sightseeing for the day has come to an end. It's 4:45. We just came back to the hotel. Everybody wants to go swimming because there's a pool. I don't know if I'm going to swim or not. I kind of want to, but I also kind of just want to take my laptop and work on stuff because I've been extremely productive and I'm proud of myself. But there's still more to do, especially with all the stuff I shot today. I wanted to quickly point out that for one, all of the Coke bottles here are smaller. If you get a Coke in a restaurant or whatever, they almost always bring you the little glass bottles, which are 8 ounces. Just smaller than a can, and it's been really hard because if I get a Coke, I have to like not drink it. I have to like tell myself don't drink it because I just mindlessly drink it, then it's gone. But we stopped at the convenience store and I got one of these, which is probably 16 ounces. How many liters? 500 milliliters. I don't know exactly what the equivalent is, but probably 12 to 16 ounces. And I really like the fact that they put the logo on top of the lid. I think that's cool. All of the caps in the U.S. are just red, and they don't have the logo, and I think that's a really nice touch. The ones in the States should do that. Anyway, I guess let's go down to the pool. I don't think they see me down there, but they're lounging. I was actually down there for like a while. I've been down there for the last 30 minutes or more, and I edited the Q&A. And I was like, cool, I got the Q&A done because that needed to come out. Started exporting it, and it was taking forever, and my laptop was dying. My laptop is old. I don't know if I've mentioned that. My laptop is from 2009. It's actually Mallory's laptop that she was given in college. And because of that, I mean, God bless it, it's doing great because it can actually edit the stuff that we shoot even today, which is 6 years later. But that battery life, I mean, the battery life is bad because it's a 6-year-old laptop, and it's also bad because it's from 2009 when the battery life was not very good anyway. So I had to bring it back up here to plug it in. But they're lounging down there. It's also kind of cool that I can see the pool from here. It'd be neat if they noticed me. Also, they would never do this in the U.S. because everyone in the U.S. is stupid, and they would just fall out the window. So in Europe, they're like, yeah, whatever. Here, you could, like, I could just climb out the window. And in fact, I'm a little nervous, so we get down like this, and then show them down there. We came to this place for dinner. I can't really pronounce the name of it, but you know, if you can read that, there you go. They just brought us out a little appetizer of bread, and it's like an olive paste with almonds. It's really good. It's very strong. If you don't like olives, I would not recommend, but it's really, really good. It's also really cool over here because there's like all these different cafes and bars around. So we just ordered, and I'm expecting great things. This is some amazing looking food. Rhonda has a, I guess, traditional Greek salad, and Mark has got some really, really big shrimp. I'm a little jealous of that. What does this thing you got?
Chicken
souvlaki. Souvlaki.
And it has tzatziki and
it's a skewer
peppers.
of chicken and some other stuff. And then I got some lamb chops, which I'm excited about also. This is a good meal. And I really like the atmosphere of the place we're at, so this is nice. It's really nice walking through this at night. Dinner was awesome. And for anyone wondering, since we've walked by so many souvenir shops, yes, there are a ridiculous number of This Is Sparta shirts. Like preposterous. Even though we're in Athens, there's so many. So many. Anyway, now back to the hotel for something.
We may go sit upstairs and play cards or something.
Cards would be fun. See, now I know what you have.
And I know what you have. And I know what she has.
You know what I have?
Yes, I do.
How?
Because
you had it earlier.
I had it earlier.
Oh, crap.
No, it's just a matter of using that information.
Yeah,
Which
if someone
may
gets
be
a
little
soldier, then
too-
I'm dead.
So whose turn is it? So I'm going to play the soldier and you got the princess.
I do. I'm dead.
You're out. You guys can still
You
play.
remember what I have,
Yes.
my darling?
Yes, I do.
This is
Really?
the last card,
Oh, it
so you
is.
get to the last turn, and then whoever has the highest ranking card wins.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that all there is to it?
Mhm.
Why? How is that possible?
So you want to play your lowest card because the highest one is what you're going to be stuck with.
Okay.
You won no matter
But
what.
there's nothing they can do.
You already won.
How do you know?
Because I know you had
Oh,
that card and
yeah,
if you
but I
played
know
it,
what
then
you
you had a
have.
higher
So she had a 5 and you had a 3, so she won.
I won without knowing anything about what I'm doing.
I already knew you won before you played.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just a natural winner.
We played Uno. It went very well, and everyone is
For
very
one of us.
very
They
happy.
all assumed I was going to lose from the get-go because I had a high hand.
We played to 200, and Mark got up to 176 when everyone was still sub 100. But Mark did not lose. We all had like 120 something.
Why don't you? Who came in first?
Who's the
Rhonda,
winner?
you won. You had 69.
I'm aware of that.
And then
break 100?
no, and then in second place with 152 was Mao, and then Mark had 182, just barely in front of Mao, and then I had 388 because on this last round I went from 124 to 388. I had like 200 and something, 260 points.
Good thing you have big hands.
Well, look at
Yeah.
this. 50 points, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Yeah. I had like 200.
Here's a 0.
And it really made a big difference. It was, yeah, I think that's the worst game of Uno I've ever had in my life.
To be fair, we switched some rules.
Yeah, we had the rule where if you have to keep drawing until you get something.
Yes.
That wasn't my rule. That was Mark's rule. Mark wanted to add that.
You made a rule, I made a rule.
It also probably went bad when we did the double reverse rule.
What? No.
I
What?
didn't make any rules. I just followed the rules.
What?
Follow the rules.
The problem happened whenever I had like 50 cards and none of them were blue, and Mal played wild cards on every round. It was like blue, blue. So I had to continually draw, and then the blue one I got, I would play, and then you just kept doing it.
They actually got you on that double reverse.
Yeah.
That's where it all went wrong.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, good game. Maybe we'll play again sometime, and it won't be 388. And that wraps up another fun-filled day in Greece. Also, I wanted to point out, because we didn't talk about it down there, I tried they call it Greek coffee, but it was actually Turkish coffee, I think it's more commonly known as. Oh my god. Wow. It's a little like drinking sludge, to be honest. Sweet sludge. It's sweeter than normal coffee, and it wasn't bad, but man, I mean, it's like all the coffee grounds are like floating on the top. There was like a film. But after you got past that, it was fine. It was different, but it was good. Anyway, tomorrow we start the cruise, correct?
Yes.
Do you know where we're going?
First, not offhand, and the internet on my phone isn't really working, so I
Okay.
can't figure it out.
But we're getting on the boat like early in the morning. We're gonna hopefully grab some breakfast in the morning, and then get on the boat. And then I think the way it works is we get on the boat, and the boat takes us to various places around lunchtime, and we're there for like lunch until dinner or something, because we have dinner on the boat
Yes.
every night. We have like breakfast and dinner on the boat, and then lunch we do our own thing, but we're also like exploring one of the islands, because Greece has got a lot of islands and stuff. So that all starts tomorrow. I'm also pretty sure we won't have internet access, so I can work on vlogs, but I can't get them out. But I haven't actually edited yesterday's and obviously today's, and there's a lot of footage, so I don't really know when that stuff will come out anyway. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? We had to wait for the rain to stop for a little bit, but now we're actually out walking, and we're on a particular path
It's a long name.
that has a really funky name.
Ezio, news of our work has reached the Pope. As we speak, he prepares a courier for Romagna. If Cesare suspects his allegiances are slipping, he will fill the city with troops.